my pet cemetery, I feel like. But $379, and he's so big. Where would you even store him? Like, as a centerpiece, like for your animatronic collection, I get it. He'd be amazing. Just, Lord, I'm never spending that much. Never, ever, never, never.
Lord, forgive me for falling back into my old ways, because in my previous Boogster video, I talked about how I wasn't sure when the next time I would talk about him, because most of the stuff going on has been pretty blasé, not a lot of interest being spilled into it. However, there's been the camping trip, and now there's been this Wings freak out with the Haunted Mansion stuff. And if you don't know anything about me, I love Halloween. That's one thing out of the millions of things that me and Boogster won't see eye to eye on. We'll agree, Halloween's pretty dope. And I was like, you know what, I think I could get a little festive video put together. We got the Headless Horseman, may or may not be related to some potential a merch drop that Saturated Content might be doing for Halloween, so be on the lookout for that. But I just wanted to talk about some things. I wanted to see what the Boogster was up to, and you know, it's a cope and seethe. All right, I'll admit to it. All right, I want to know. I've been down the rabbit hole. I tried to climb my way back out of the rabbit hole, and I'm back to my old ways. I can't control myself. I have to know what's going on with the Boogster, and he's posted some pretty bad videos, to say the least. And then we'll get to the most recent Haunted Mansion stream that they did.
I'm going down to Dallas, Texas for another boxing match. This is going to be at Retropalooza 2024, Dallas, Texas. I'm fighting another 400-pound man, my friend. I'm not getting paid for this at all. I am getting a hotel room, and more importantly, I'm getting invited back to a convention. Not really, I'm not going to be a headliner. I'm not going to be able to do a panel. I don't even know if I'm getting a booth, but I am going to get to box somebody. Man wants to beat the shit out of me for faking cancer, and I'm agreeing to do it because, I don't know, I've done a lot of stunts.
So there's a lot to just break down right off the bat. We're lucky that Boogster moved away from the subtitles, because in case you weren't able to tell, throughout this entire video, there were plenty of times, and I know the software that he's been using. There's a bunch of free AI softwares you can plug in videos, and it'll give you generated subtitles. The problem is, it's only like 80% accurate, I would say. If you speak too quickly, or if you like mumble words together, it's not going to say the right thing. And that's the problem throughout this entire video. It's very distracting for me, because I like subtitles. I like reading whenever I'm watching videos sometimes, and having words being spelled wrong that you can literally, in the app that you use that process for, you can change it, you can retype it. But Boogie, he can't be bothered. He tested it out. Too much work. Yeah, move on. We're not going to deal with that. And also, we're talking about this boxing thing he's doing, which I guess he's doing so he can go to some other Comic-Con knockoff bullshit thing again. And who cares? I'm just gonna forget like that even ever happened. I haven't heard anything since then. However, the comment about the cancer thing, now that's interesting, because Boogster's back on his old ways, baby. He's talking about how he still believes his original story that he's been telling everybody, and refuses to admit that he's done anything wrong, which I think is interesting, because we're gonna listen to this next part, and let's see if this sounds like a man that's changed his ways.
For 3 days. Which, again, a lot of people have asked myself, why do I degrade myself for the show? Why do I eat shit for the show? Why do I kick Keemstar's ass for the show? It's all in an effort to try to make up for the stupid shit I've done. Not just the whole cancer thing, but just the last 7 years since 2017.
Even though Boogster, in this video, no less than a minute prior, basically, you know, brushed off the whole cancer thing as if it wasn't a big deal. Like, he's still treating it, and obviously we saw the tweet that he said that he ran through the same list of things that he said before about how the fake cancer. He still believes that he's 100% in the right, yet here he is saying, well, I gotta own up to my shit. You're not owning up to your shit. So I don't understand, because I've said this in probably a couple other Boogster videos, that at this point, just own the fact that you still believe that you have cancer or that you're unwilling to admit that you're wrong. Just like roll with it. Because I'm so tired of having to take up, well, I'm not. I like laying into the Boogster a little bit, but it's tiresome. Everybody's basically moved past it. We all know that you fake cancer, and that's just the fact of it. If you want to keep pretending like you didn't, and that you didn't blow out of proportion a diagnosis that you got, cool, do that. But don't try and play both sides of the coin.
You don't never got to worry about me beating you up.
Yeah, because I could run away, right?
Yeah, like I can't chase you.
No.
Like, I'm gonna get you. And then I got bone problems, man. Because of the bypass surgery and all the weight I've lost recently. I've lost 40 pounds now in 4 months, which is not a lot, but I mean, it's good. Yeah. But now I got weak bones, man. You remember I broke my shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, sugar.
Jim, it's made of sugar.
That is.
Jim, I'm coming for you, bitch.
I bet you're expecting me to come in and say like, oh, sugar with the Boogster. He can't be. No, because, hey, lesson learned. You know, taking some time away from the Boogster helps you reevaluate, and you can sit there and say, all of this is just to try and get a reaction, and that's why his content has been middling around, getting 25k views. He's very lucky he has his podcast to fall back on, because his channel just doesn't have anything. It really doesn't. At this point, we're stuck with him posting these poorly edited, he's trying to clickbait you, but it's not even like good enough to be clickbait. So we're just stuck in this vortex with it, and you know, I'm not positive what we're gonna get out of any of his original content. It seems like most of the entertainment is coming from the podcast, so I guess we'll have that to look forward to when we get there.
I yanked out a bunch of hair during a nervous thing. During like a nervous breakdown, because that's something I did. I don't know if we're cutting my hair today or not. How bad is the bald spot, Tessie?
They're growing back, so not that bad.
Well, you know, the nervous breakdown just really tearing him apart, you know, because he doesn't have any guilt for faking cancer, because he doesn't think that he faked cancer, no matter how much he tries to flip-flop on both sides with that. Oh, I feel bad. Oh, I don't feel bad. Oh, pick up your mind, Boogster. And it must be really hard, you know, to sit around all day and play Fallout with your child bride who cleans your entire house for you and makes food for you. And then, you know, you roll out of your couch and you walk into your studio room and you sit down and you play Hearthstone for 3 hours as you do a podcast with everybody else. And then you collect a big old check and you move on to your next thing. Sounds like the life, to be completely honest, I guess. Minus the fat being 400 pounds. But, hey, if you can't beat him, join him, right? Like, I'm not saying that the audience wouldn't say, hell yeah, I'd love to do that basic nothing ass shit and pretend like that's good enough for me, but Boogster just doesn't. Where's the drive? You know, maybe he does have the drive. Maybe this is like a family album type of thing where he's just documenting things he thinks are fun. It's not necessarily good or interesting for other people, but it's for him. I highly doubt that, but I'm trying to give some leeway here.
So the good news is I'll be uploading to this channel more because I'll need to be, because we'll be making slightly less and maybe slightly worse content. There's a hole in the fence. How long has there been a hole in the fence? Oh my God, those boards are falling down. These...
Oh my God, I can't believe my child bride hasn't made my backyard perfect yet. Get out there and go fix my fence, lady. Can't you see? I can't even stand up for 5 seconds. Go on, go fix it. This is so frustrating. Ugh, being Boogster so hard. I just have to sit here. Maybe I'll do a second I'm really poor. It's so hard being poor video back here. That would be kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, there, you got a ride. Yeah, did you box or something at some point? Did you do self-defense? Hey, calm down a little bit. The guy I'm fighting isn't fast. He's not a 98-pound woman. Okay, he's a 500-pound man.
It must be pretty hard to self-admit that, you know, when you're trying to do those scenarios of like, oh, how many 5th graders can you beat up, you know, most men, I would say 99% of men would feel pretty confident that if they were forced to be in a fight against a 98-pound woman, they would take care of business. Boogster, that's too much. That's too much. I'm in my own weight class, literally and metaphorically. if you're skinnier than a 500-pound lamb, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm gonna lose that fight. It's just too difficult.
Hey, we're not kicking. Do you think a 500-pound man can kick? It's a little bit easier now to watch for the ground. Okay?
Yeah.
Ow! Okay, that one actually hurt.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that one actually hurt. Okay, that's not cool.
It's not.
That's not actually cool. Ow. You don't know how to play. You don't know how to practice. I need a professional. I'm gonna need a professional!
Yep. This is what we're stuck with, guys. I'm not even going to harp on it. We all know how terrible that was. Luckily, the whole reason that this video sort of stemmed was because I saw that Boogster had a Halloween shopping video, and there was the Haunted Mansion stream fiasco that went on, and I was like, this is going to be good enough for me to talk about. I like Halloween. I'm into it, so let's go to the Halloween stores.
I'm also on a budget this year, so my budget is effectively zero, so I'm not spending any money.
It's so annoying to listen to Boogster always talk about, oh man, I wish I had money to do things. It's just so hard. Mind you, the camping thing that they just did, I think they made like 25 grand or something. So Boogster's making like 8 G's off of that, plus whatever else, plus the other streams they do throughout the month. So it's whatever, I guess, but Boogster always tries to, man, we're trying to cut back on costs and things like that, and it's like, you're living a very comfortable life. It's not like he tried to push this persona for so long that, man, how am I gonna pay for the electric bill? How am I gonna pay for my doctor? And then poof, all those issues went away. When he can't use it as like a sympathy card, oh, feel bad for me, it goes away. That's weird. That's mysterious. You know, you'll talk about all these different doctors you have to go to, but the date or the time frame might come and go and nothing happens and you never talk about it again. That's just weird.
I don't know. The Pumpkin Tower works a lot better than the Skull Tower, in my opinion. And it's just a little better craftsmanship, too. I'd like that. But again, I just have enough pumpkins. If I was going to get one, something a little more classic like these.
Yeah, those ones are cool.
Dude, these the plug-in ones. I don't know. These would look nice indoors. We could use some more indoor decorations. I was just talking about the tree, too, right? I don't know if that's an outdoor tree. It might just be an indoor tree. But yeah, they very much have a nautical theme this year. Combine it with the pirate from the other place.
The guy that has he turns the wheel, right?
Yeah, captain. Or navigator, maybe. But, I don't know, 6 foot. Again, Home Depot this year, kind of mid. If I had more money than God, I would have probably bought 2 or 3 things in there. But not on a budget. We don't decorate like crazy people anymore.
Oh, I'm so poor, guys. I would have bought the entire store if I wasn't so poor. And the crazy thing is, I've watched like shopping things. Like I really like the great explanation, Satchery, I know. I've seen people that do like retro mall review type of things where they wander around the mall and they talk about different things. These videos could be so... what's the point? Why should I even bother trying to give advice? But whatever. If he did like a voiceover and actually like did camera work, then maybe the videos could be better, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you got Desi, she doesn't even know what a captain is. Can't even... what's that thing? I mean, I guess there's plenty of times I fumbled and stumbled and rumbled over my own words, so maybe I shouldn't be pointing out things. But lastly, out of curiosity, are you guys pro like physical items or inflatable items? I'd be curious as to what type of decorations you're into, because I'm anti-inflatables.
Spooky Angel Girl. Spooky Angel Girl. Oh! You got me. She got me. So probably want to go catch some Pokemans, sip on a pink drink, and go check out some Halloween decorations. Not so, they had this for like $6. It's an actual
so
lollipop. We'll share it when we watch that this haunt season. She got
This beanie, y'all.
from the movie. I mean, come on, y'all.
They for real? He for real made this video as an excuse to go buy candy at different stores, man. Oh, look at this pumpkin-shaped, piece of candy I could buy. That's so, what a coinkydink. That's so quirky of me, Boogster. I would, trust me guys, I wanted to buy decorations. That's why I didn't buy any. And Desi bought a hat and I bought a piece of candy. And she said, that scared me, bro. Bro, that scared me. That's spooky, bro. That's so spooky. I can't believe that. Boogster getting candy? Who could have predicted that happening? So we get to the end and they are planning on doing on Lolcount Live a haunted house, haunted mansion live stream type of thing. Once again, Keemstar doesn't have to participate. He can just dictate what he wants them to do, and they'll fall in line, baby. Except one of them doesn't really follow through. The other one does, and we'll start with the Boogster.
The audio is cutting out a lot. We can't. You're like, we can barely hear you.
The audio is cutting out a lot.
No, not on that. On the phone. Turn off noise suppression on the Discord.
Oh my god.
Yes.
And index
The
pointing
scariest
down,
thing about
medium
all
dark
this is
skin
the
tone,
stairs.
backhand index pointing down.
All right, I'll get this.
So you have to give some prompts, as much as you guys might not like Keemstar or Wings or Boogie or the entire live stream show podcast thing they do. They have made some efforts to try and do some things that aren't just sitting there and talking. So you have to give some credit to that, right? Boogster actually went to what looked like a decent haunted house thing and streamed it, did his reactions. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be this podcast without technical errors and failures all over the place. So there were issues there, but you have to give some props. However, the whole reason why I wanted to include this stream is because if you can't tell, you got hairless Wings sitting in the bottom, and you're like, what? Did he already go on his haunted house trip? What's up with that? Let's hear the story with Wings, because obviously Wings is a man with commitment. Somebody says, hey man, we need you to come through for us. Help out the show. Make the show better. And you want to know what Wings does? He makes the show better.
Well, I give you 3 hours to prep for it. That's 3 hours.
This should be in 2 weeks. Like, we should be like 2 weeks from now, we need to do this.
And during those 3 hours, he spent all day on Discord talking to people. Wait, Wings, you had more than what? Wings, why'd you say you had 3 hours?
Because when you told me yesterday, I had already, I wake up at 3 in the afternoon right now. So I'm up at 1 or 2 in the morning. You're not going to call or talk to anybody at that time. And when I go into bed 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, sleep until 3, that gives me 3 or 4 hours to actually do something.
So you think we should do less work? That's going to help the show.
I think we should do less work, but higher quality.
You
think I want to go to a haunted house? I literally got a
You can't-
gallbladder that's failing me right now, and you want me to walk around around in a haunted house and get scared?
But
let me be the host. You go do the haunted house shit.
you don't want to leave the house. You don't want to drive to a haunted house. You just don't want to. You don't want to stream it. You don't want to do it. You just don't want to do it.
Hell no. I'll tell you straight up, I don't want to do it, but I will do it.
For your shares. You're getting the lowest amount. There'll be no respect on that.
Somewhere. They want to see drama that's legitimate.
Wings gets one thing right through all of this, right? He gets it right that the most interesting part between Boogie and Wings is when they do failures like this. When they mess up and they screw everything over, they ruin the show, they make it that much better. And that's what the people are actually invested in. And he's right about that. However, Keemstar ones up him because he actually follows through and he goes to a haunted house. He has to drive an hour and a half round trip or something like that to go do it. And Wings is just getting humiliated the entire time. I'm not going to go into it because it's a Boogster video. You can go watch one of the detractor channels if you want to. Breaking Banquet did a good video about it. But any man who can set his own parameters for sleeping hours, and this is the crazy part, right? Because Kelly works a normal job. Wings is probably deliberately staying up because he hates Kelly and doesn't want to be around her. So he'll stay up when she is in bed so he doesn't have to lay next to her. And then when she gets up, he goes to bed and they basically never have to interact with each other. What a sad, pathetic life, man. It's so sad. Either way, this has been the, I don't know, Boogie Spooktober Extravaganza or whatever I'm going to title this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.